Good morning, welcome to today's video. I only have 3 products to show you in today's video that is launching globally by Maybelline with Elon Musk, and this is a restaurateur product that is being launched, owned by Maurice Gibson, who is known on YouTube as Dede's Kitchen. He is the one that has been solely teaching me how to cook meat my entire life. He's been the one that's been solely teaching me how to soak the meat. Everything that I know about meat basically has come from Maurice Gibson, who is known on YouTube as Dede's Kitchen, and this is a restaurateur's launch from me and Elon Musk to say thank you for teaching us how to survive eating meat from basically, if you are a rat thrower, you know that you don't eat meat throwing rats. Let's just say that. If you're a rat thrower today in 2025, you don't eat meat throwing rats, which is why we have what's called a vegetarian aspect. You don't eat meat when you throw rats because they will cut you. They will spit at you and they will bite at you if you eat meat. So, I was once a vegetarian who used to do all the rat throwing stuff, which is why this is not the channel for that, but I'll do another story beyond the beauty, why I have cancer. I will tell that story on Beyond the Beauty. But I'm able to eat meat now, but I'm not able to stomach it for long unless it's cooked with certain types of seasonings. And those seasonings is what allows for my chemo or my cancer to not spread to certain areas in my body, which is why I haven't lost any hair on my head. Is because I now eat meat, and the meat and the seasoning from the meat allows for the cancer to not reach the sebum of my scalp. So, this is a way for me to say thank you to Maurice Gibson from Dede's Kitchen, who has taught me from my childhood pretty much how to season meat. He taught me how to season fish, but I can't cook fish. and I don't like touching fish because it reminds me of when I used to touch rats. Rats and fish have the very same type of scaling, and I can't touch fish. I can touch salmon, but I cannot touch a snapper fish unless it's already been cooked. So, if you know about that, you know the type of life that I used to live as a non-believer and not a Christian. I still cannot touch a snapper fish. I can eat it, but I can't touch it before it's been cooked. It has to be cooked before I can touch it. And if it's not cooked, I'm not looking at it. I'm not touching it. And it's a part of me that still bothers me as a human being. It's a part of me that still nerves my brain as a human being, which is why I only eat salmon, because that's the only thing I can cook. And it's very expensive to eat snapper fish as someone who has cancer due to the fact that the snapper fish, it actually eliminates the need for chemo. And that is the problem that I'm having right now in being able to get the snapper fish that I need, it has to be delivered, and the snapper fish is delivered to me from Cuba, and sometimes it takes a very long time to get my snapper fish delivered. So that's the only way that I can eliminate getting my chemo, and I can only get it once delivered in the summer, and that's when I don't have to get chemo, I just get radiation in the summertime. Beyond that, when I'm not getting chemo, I eat salmon. I eat salmon, and like I said, it's the only thing I can cook, and it's the only thing I can touch from someone who used to be a very strong, very heavy rat thrower, just to get packaging for the Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow palettes. Just to get packaging for that. And I have found out, honestly, I have found out that there's a much better way to get stuff, which is through Jesus Christ rather than rat throwing. There is a much better way to do it than through rat throwing. Rat throwing, first of all, I'm wasting my money. Second of all, you can only have certain people buy a certain amount of packaging. And third of all, you don't even get to keep that money. You don't get to keep it. You can only sell it. You don't get to keep it. So, with that being said, this is pretty much one of my first times living on the planet as Cherie, with my name being Za in Ethiopian, that says let her keep it, which is why I got the name Cherie. Cherie in Ethiopian means Za, which says let her keep it. That is why the enunciation and the pronunciation of my name is very important. It allows me to keep my products even though I used to be a very, very evil person. So pronounce my name right. Pronounce my name right. Because I still don't want your Grammy offer. I'd rather do this rather than get the Grammy. This is my Grammy for me. Like I say, I take the money and I run with it. Because of the name that I have today that says, keep it. Because it's yours. Because you tell the truth. Keep it. Anyways, to Dede's Kitchen, thank you. Maurice Gibson, thank you. 45 years you have taught me how to cook, and I'm now showing you in the last 5 years that I have been listening in everything that you have taught me in the last 45 years of life. And this is why I do this. This is why I continue to live. This is why I continue to fight. And this is why I continue to grow as a person in the faith of Christianity. It's my first time on the planet as a Christian. It's not my second time. It's not my third time. It's my first time. And it's a fight because it's my first time. It's a fight because it's my first time. This is the first time that I've been able to break the mold into compatibility as a Christian. Because first you have to break understanding and you have to break acceptance. Acceptance, understanding, and then compatibility. which is why you haven't seen me in a white wedding dress yet, because I'm just getting to compatibility at the age of 45. But I am still married to Jay-Z Carter. I'm just saying, it works. It works. It works. Anyways, with that being said, let me get into the 3 products that are launching, and every financial goal goes towards Maurice Gibson and his expansion into Dede's Kitchen. He already has 2. He has 1 in Brampton and 1 in Vaughan. If you go to Brampton, Kennedy Road, right across from Central Peel Secondary School, that is Maurice Gibson. That's the first restaurant that he opened up. And you have the second restaurant that is in Vaughan, and that's where he is right now. And the problem that he's having is he can't keep both restaurants open because he's trying to expand the one in Vaughan to be as large as the one is right across from Central Peel Secondary School. And I'm here to help him do that. I'm here to help him expand both locations into a 3rd location in Willowdale. So, that's why there's 3. That's why there's 3. A 3rd location, Maurice Gibson, Jamaican Eatery, Willowdale, Ontario, in Toronto. So we have the shade 35 Deep Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder, and I use this under my eyes wherever I place my concealer. Then I have the shade 40 Dark. This is the same thing, loose finishing powder. I use it for the same thing. And then here I have the shade 35 Deep. Now if you take a look at the packaging. They're very different, and that's because they have different undertones. So you have 35 Deep that has light yellow undertone, and then you have this 35 Deep that has a orange undertone. That's why I have 2 35 Deeps. One has a yellow undertone, one has an orange undertone, which allows me to become different characters and different types of Taraji P. Henson. This allows me to become different types of Taraji P. Henson, depending on the character that I'm playing. Just saying. This one allows me to become different characters to that of Nicole Scherzinger. This one, Dark 40, you have Dark 40, this is Dark 40 Profound, which is cappuccino in English, and then you have Dark 40 Yellow Gold, and then you have Dark 40 Orange Gold. Those are different forms of loose finishing powder, which allows me to become Nicole Scherzinger, because the powder is what allows my skin to become lightened and not me using any type of skin bleaching product. It's the powder. I don't use anything skin bleaching in order to change the tone of my skin. It's the powder and the undertones of the powder that allow that to happen. With that being said, all proceeds once again go towards Maurice Gibson, Dede's Kitchen, for teaching me how to eat meat to avoid the cancer cell from going to my scalp so that I do not lose any of my hair follicles. So thank you very much.